Good morning. It is early in the morning. We got some rain in the forecast. And in this video, I wanted to talk about, make it a conversation about how bad the hiring is in some of the places, some of the locations, especially at the Sherwin-Williams. It looks like they've been having a hard time trying to hire people. And it seems to be a trend. And it seems to be a trend going on for the last couple of years. For all, especially in the retail sector, it seems to be the sector where it's getting hit the hardest when it comes to hiring. There's just not the best applicants are applying for the jobs. And I was talking to one of the managers at Sherwin-Williams, and he mentioned that he had a few applications come in, and out of the 6 they applied, he actually only picked 2. But he says some of the applications on there, some of the people couldn't use even full sentences to do a resume building. So, and when it comes to even building a resume or a cover letter, which anybody who's looking for an employment for a company needs either a cover letter and a resume that underlines the experiences, education, and just a brief description of what their position they're looking for. And it seems like the guy was telling me that in the resume, they're just not completing even a full resume. So how can you hire people when you don't know what type of experience they have? You can do the interview process, and some of the people just don't seem to be capable of working. It seems to be a trend nowadays where it's very hard to find good quality employees or good quality workers. And if you do find them, you want to make sure to keep them happy as well. And then you also have to understand is to keep them happy is also hard because they have so many opportunities in today's economy. There's just so many jobs that need to be filled. And the sector that's getting hit the hardest is the retail sector on there. The retail sector is the one that's getting hit the hardest in the economy, where there's just not good workers here. Customer service is actually very bad here in the United States. Very low. I would say one of the lowest in the entire world. Lacking behind in terms of customer service. I mean, I'm not saying all businesses are bad. Some of them are good. They offer decent customer service, but most of them has been in a decline, And I just came back from Thailand, and I gotta tell you, some of the top countries when it comes to tourism and customer services over there. Very serviceable people are over there, friendly, and just want to service the clients very well over there. So it's a big thing, and I've noticed that for the last couple of years in terms of the retail sector and customer service has been suffering quite a bit on there, and it's just going to be a bad trend that's going to continue for 2025. It's just going to be a lot harder to find any good employees, any good people anymore. We're going to have to probably interview in the future 50, probably about 50 before you can find 1 or 2 good ones, Maybe 10% of them are good, but then you're gonna have to go look for them, So it used to be years ago. It used to never be that situation. You at least had half of the candidates were qualified and good, and now you seem to have a decline in terms of being able to find correct people to do the work. So, and that's gonna hit the economy hard. It's gonna hit it hard because there's gonna be a lot of positions that won't be filled, and there's gonna be in terms of the workforce. That's a big reason why prices also go up. Prices also go up because there's not any workers that be able to generate the products to put in the economy. So our prices also goes up. So big part of the inflation is the demand for certain products and the shortage of labor force to build those products. So that's a big part. In terms of economics, that affects the pricing completely, and that's something that's just not gonna be able to get any better in the future. I don't see it turning around anytime soon, unless we turn the direction. We just have tons of work to do in this country. Just too much work, and honestly, they've just been focusing on the external outside, there's just so much work to do in this country. It's ridiculous how much work needs to be done in this country in terms of everything. We underline all the work that needs to be done, and I swear the whole list is everything needs to be worked on here. It's sad to see a decline in a system like that, you know, but we're not getting our act together, and we're letting this decline just happen, and it's just gonna get, a situation's just gonna get worse on there, you know. It gets worse before it even gets better. It's an old saying. But you know, retail sector is suffering from that. And I remember when I also worked in retail, and this was I think like 8 years ago, and there was never that problem. Even to finding a job, I remember graduating in college in 2016, and finding a job in 2016 was so hard. When I found a job back in 2016, I graduated in June, I didn't have a first job until October. It was so competitive with people for the jobs that it was hard to get an employment. I remember getting called and then going couple interviews and never getting picked, thinking I was a very qualified individual because I just graduated college and had tons of experience. And there was just a lot of candidates and people, so there was a lot of competition for that, and it was hard to get picked from the employment. Now it's like a cherry picking. Honestly, you literally just have to walk into a place and you can almost get, if you show up, have a good attitude, and be respectful, and actually have a good resume that explains your experiences, you can literally get hired anywhere in this country on the spot. Seriously. I haven't interviewed for a company because I'm a small business owner. I run my own business. Last time I interviewed was like 5 years ago, and it was really easy to even get if I was looking for a job, I always got employments on the spot on there. So everything is changing. Like, that's all you have to really do is those things that I mentioned: respectful, have a good attitude, and present yourself with a professional resume. I mean, guys, even use ChatGPT. You can literally type in your resume. ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, literally creates your resume for you. We have all these technologies available, and we don't take advantage of it. Like, we have ChatGPT, we have all these new technologies, and can help you write a better, more professional looking resume, so that way when you present it over to a potential employer, it looks good, it's understandable, it underlines the experiences on there very nicely. That's the only thing I could say, you know, but I think that's a problem that we're gonna have to be facing, and I just wanted to make this video explain a little bit on that, because I just talked to that salesman the manager, I'm sorry, from Sherwin-Williams, and he was suffering from not having people to work at the store. So it's a trend. It's been a trend since the COVID, for 4 years. Look, they're pouring concrete in the rain. Well, it's breezing on there, so maybe it says gonna be a lot better a little bit later, but still, I wouldn't pour concrete in the breezing like this. But I guess they gotta pour there. But guys, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed the video on here. And thanks for watching, and then we'll see you in the next one.